If anyone else ends up joining, we'll just add them in. But hello and welcome. My name is Erin Sullivan Moore. I am with Robert Half Finance and Accounting, also on your board of directors for the Palm Desert Chamber. So thank you all for joining today. Just to start off with giving you an outline, Profit Connections is the purpose of Profit Connections is a relationship building group composed of Palm Desert Area Chamber members who have joined for the purpose of enhancing their business through the exchange of beneficial contacts, referrals, and testimonials. So, Mel, what the heck does that mean? What do we do here?
What do we do here? Oh, we build relationships and we know, like, and trust each other and want to refer each other and even hang out with each other, you mean?
Exactly. It's basically about increasing your net of influence. So I meet with John, I run into a person later who's looking to buy a house, and I help refer John. So it's all about a net weaving, net marketing interactions through the Palm Desert Chamber. So what we're going to do today is we have two 10-minute speakers who are going to talk about their business or just business in general. And then from there, everyone's going to get about a 60-second introduction. So if you're brand new, really quick, raise your hand if you are brand new so we know. Anyone new?
Braxton Adams from COVID Clinic.
Braxton and Rhonda, you're going first on our 1-minute speech because you're prepared for that, right?
That's fine. Bring it on.
Everyone's going to get 60 seconds to introduce themselves and their company and a great referral. So you'll get to see a few of those before Rhonda and Braxton, you get subjected to that, but just be prepared. And then we'll also give everyone a chance for any referral testimonials where we've been able to refer each other's business. There is a chat if you want to communicate with the whole group or if you want to independently communicate with someone. But just so you know, you do not have to worry about, hey, can you post your name and number and email in the chat? Pam and the chamber will actually distribute a virtual Rolodex so that you have everyone's contact information who was here today.
Perfect.
So with that being said, I'm first going to turn it over to Pam Scannell, our CEO of the Chamber, to hear about any chamber updates that we have going on right now.
Thank you. Yeah, there's quite a few things going on right now. Firstly, we are recording this session, just so that you're aware. Now on the Chamber, we're still working with our e-gift card program. So if you haven't heard of that, please give me a shout, check out our website. But it is a gift card that is electronic. It's on your phone and you offer it to one of the participating businesses and they will be able to process your transaction. So have a look. They're really great. It's a way to really make people shop locally. It cannot be used at places like Amazon or at any other sort of big internet shopping channels. And then we have the Staples discount program has begun. You can, as a member, you can go to Staples in store to get a 10% discount, and then there's 20% off of printing services. So use your member only login to look at the member-to-member benefits and grab your coupon for that. And then we have the banners. So if anybody wants an open for business banner and you are located in the city of Palm Desert, I have banners that have been paid for by the city and we are distributing them from the Chamber of Commerce. They're 3 foot tall and 10 foot wide. So it's a great big splash, open for business, which is pretty cool. Now I also have the PPE supplies here. So if anybody is in need of masks, sanitizer, disinfectant spray, I have them here. You just need to have a City of Palm Desert business license and I can do the distribution. If you don't have a business license for the City of Palm Desert, I can sell it to you, so not a problem. We have a breakfast, we had our breakfast on February 9th this week. And that was Karen Sloat talking about what to have in place for COVID, and it was directed at employers. If you're interested in looking at the video on that, we did record the session and I have it available. just let me know. Our next breakfast is going to be on March the 9th, and that's going to be focused on social media for businesses and getting yourself in a marketing research mindset, why that's important. So we've got two good speakers talking on those points. We have another event today, which is our nonprofit mixer that is tonight at 4:30. And we've got like 125 people already registered for that mixer. It's got several giveaways and prizes, and it's just supposed to be a fun mixer for an hour. So if you're interested in that and you haven't seen how to register, just shoot me an email and I'll get you the link over. And February 16th, next week, is the ambassadors meeting at 4 o'clock. If you want to know a little bit more about ambassadors, you have some curiosity as to, you know, how you can get more involved with the chamber. Yes, Mel. Thank you, our champion. Just give me a shout. I'd be happy to get some information over to you. Then on the 18th at noon, it's a Thursday, I'm going to have Craig Gillooly talking about a new chamber 401k program. So if you want to be able to offer your employees 401ks and you don't want the hassle, this is the program for you. This is a member benefit for members only. So please stay tuned for that and look out for that event. Then, of course, Profit Connection Luncheon, the next one's going to be on the 25th. And we'll have a couple of new speakers there. We've got Mike Renner from WAC Solutions, and then we'll have Kelly Cox from CGC Moreau's Accountants and Advisors. So lots of things are going on right now. So please stay tuned. That's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pam. So you can hear that we have a lot going on. And if you are interested in being involved with anything that's going on, please feel free to reach out to me or Pam or anyone at the chamber. We have a lot of committees going on right now. As you can see, we're putting on a nonprofit mixer this evening that's going to have great attendance. And so if you're looking to have, you know, help support a mixer that's relevant to your industry, please let us know. We want to be able to support that for you. Additionally, we have a marketing committee that meets every month. We have a membership committee. Mel is in charge of that. We have a legislative committee, and we are working on our upcoming golf tournament. So if you are interested in helping or just providing feedback as a member of the chamber, we value your feedback to make all of our events better. Please reach out and we'll be more than happy to get you involved with whatever committee you're interested in. With that being said, we know that the Profit Connection Luncheon is about connections and building relationships. And so today, John Sloan with Keller Williams is going to give us our relationship moment. John, take it away.
Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see new folks, new faces. That's great. And that's what networking is all about. What I did for today for inspiration is I actually picked a lot of quotes. Sometimes I put things in front of me and change them out to kind of remind me what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you right now and just kind of go through some of these quotes. The currency of real networking is not greed, but generosity. Networking is a lot like nutrition and fitness. We know what to do. The hard part is making it a top priority. Networking is an investment in your business. It takes time when done correctly, and you could yield great results for years to come. The successful networkers I know, the ones receiving tons of referrals and feeling truly happy about themselves, continually put other person's needs ahead of their own. And I'm convinced about half of what separates successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is basically pure perseverance. Your network is your net worth. You could have everything in life if you want, if you will just help enough people get what they want. I love that one, Zig Ziglar. My golden rule of networking is simple. Don't keep score. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Instead of better glasses, your network gives you better eyes. And networking is marketing, marketing yourself, your uniqueness, and what you stand for. Networking is not about just connecting people. It's about connecting people with people, and people with ideas, and people with opportunities. And a couple more. Pulling a good network together takes effort, sincerity, and time. And networking is an enrichment program, not an entitlement program. The single greatest people skill is a highly developed, authentic interest in other people. And the technology is nothing. What's important is that you have faith in people and that they're basically good and smart. And if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. And know where you want to go and make sure the right people know about it. And the last one is success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in other people's lives. That's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you, John. And Pam, I don't know if it would be possible. Would we be able to include those quotes if John could share them when you dish out the Rolodex today?
Yes, John, if you would kindly forward that over to me, I'll make sure to include that. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, so now we're going to get into our 2 10-minute speakers. If anyone on this video today is interested in being a speaker in the future, please feel free to send me a direct message. I can let you know sometimes available, and I'd be more than happy to help prepare you. We are booked with our speakers through mid-April. So if you want to speak, but you're not sure what to do, good news. We have about 3 or 4 more Profit Connection luncheons before you would be available to speak. So you'll get lots of kind of practice and previews. But we are going to start with a new speaker to our Profit Luncheon. I would like to introduce Lisa Napolitano with SBDC.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Napolitano. I live in La Quinta. I'm a new member of the Chamber Board of Directors, and I've lived here since 2007. So I'm not new to the area, but I'm from the East Coast. You might hear it in my voice a little or my mannerisms. But thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. You've probably heard a little bit about us in the last year. That's maybe the only good thing about COVID is that small businesses trying to access and understand the funding and the relief and the grants and the federal programs and the state programs have often crossed paths with somebody from SBDC. We're part of the SBA, but we're separate from the SBA. So we are a government agency funded by tax dollars, and everything we do to help small businesses is free of charge, no cost. And so I can certainly take any questions that anybody has online or offline about money and loans and grants. And I'm often asked a lot about that. But I wanted to tell people everything else the SBDC does because it's such an awesome resource. There's 100 consultants like me in the Orange County Inland Empire network. That's the network I'm directly connected to. And the state of California's SBDC is the biggest and the most successful one in the nation. We have a lot of really great programs, a lot of great educational programs, consultants with all kinds of expertise in any area you can think of that would be relevant to a small business. So I wanted to just give you a few examples of the kinds of things that I've personally worked on with small businesses, aside from COVID relief. We're running programs all the time about selling online. And for people that already sell online, you might have had to put that together yourself. You probably didn't have a huge budget to develop your website or develop your Shopify cart or to integrate your payment processing. And maybe many of you have thought about selling online or were thrown into it under duress last year as a way to make money. The SBDC not only has experts in online selling, but we help people build out their actual selling architecture, help you use the tools and understand how to use the tools that are out there. Even if you use a payment processor, which almost everybody does, chances are you're not even taking advantage of all that you could learn about your customers and about your business from all that data. And it's like, oh, that's so overwhelming and who has time? SBDC can actually help analyze that with you and understand what it means for your business. Again, this is all free of charge. We help people with their social media, whether it's what their posts look like, how frequently they're posting, the quality of their pictures, the quality of their content. We help people write things. We help them look at their search engine optimization and their tracking of their traffic. all things that are not easy to be expert in if that's not your business. And for most of us, it's not, but I work with a lot of people who have very, very deep expertise in all these areas. I just met a lady yesterday who wanted help with a PPP loan. And when I got to talking to her, she sells items at the College of the Desert. And luckily she has her own website to supplement, but she's relying very heavily on her web sales now because the street fair's not open. And she was thrilled when I told her that I could connect her with people who would help her drive more traffic to her website. And fundamentally, she'd actually like to retire and not go to the College of the Desert anymore because she's getting older and she'd rather have a business that's only online. And so she had no idea that SBDC could help her with something like that. And her comment to me when we hung up the phone was, I haven't felt this excited and happy in a year. And the point being just the idea that there is a partner who's out there who isn't going to cost any money. So, what's the worst we could do? But I will vouch for the quality of the people that work here, but we can help you think through your business. We've helped people figure out how to pivot their business. I had a client who has a bakery, and last year, this bakery lost a ton of restaurant business, special event business. You can just imagine what a bakery would go through during COVID. Well, I had another client who had a boutique pet store who wanted to get into the business of selling homemade dog treats. And it was just by happy accident that I thought to myself, I wonder if this lady who's a pastry chef and owns a bakery would be interested in making dog treats. And I talked to her and I connected them. And she's got this whole new side hustle making dog biscuits, which is actually quite a good business that she would never in a million years have gotten into. And if I didn't have a client that was in a pet store, I might never have thought of it. It was an example of good networking, really. So ironically, to Erin's point and to John's point about how important networking is, one of the things SBDC staff offer you is we know a lot of businesses and a lot of people. And sometimes it's just a little creative juice where we can connect one business to another business where there's some synergy in the businesses that never would have come up in another way. So even to call that a bit of an intangible where I could say, I've connected some of my clients with other clients where I think that they have something in common, not just to leverage each other, maybe to buy from each other too, just like the chamber does. But that's kind of just a little flavor of what SBDC does in working with people, in addition to all the obvious stuff like helping you with your financials, your projections, your business planning and all of that. So really take a moment and think about whether you could use an extra sounding board who's not your spouse or your kid or your parent or your best friend, an outside in view to give you a second opinion about how you're running your business. And maybe we can come up with some ideas that will help you to improve or to grow in a different way. So that's my pitch for SBDC. And that's what I got for you. If you have any questions or, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Lisa? No questions? Well, I can tell you she is probably one of the desert's experts right now on loans and grants and all things business. So if you have any questions, as a reminder, you will get the virtual Rolodex with her information. And just from working with her myself, she is really on top of this. So feel free to reach out and ask her any questions. Lisa, thank you again. And next we are going to turn it over to the person who probably hates my background because it's cluttered with hearts. Mel, the clutter expert.
Thanks, Erin. Thanks, Lisa, for sharing what you do at the SBDC. I always love learning more about what you do. Thanks, Erin, for hosting another amazing Profit Connection lunch. I always love getting to see all my people here and some new faces that I don't know yet. If you don't know me, I'm known as the hugger. So when we get back in person, you're getting a hug whether you like it or not. Well, if you don't want it, it's okay because of COVID, I won't make you. But anyway, I'm known as the hugger. But question for you guys. Do you know that 1 in 4 US households has a clutter problem? And that 80% of the stuff that we keep, we only use 20% of it? Well,
I'm
Mel
not
Mason.
guilty of this.
And I'm known as the clutter expert, and as someone who was depressed, suicidal, and surrounded by clutter. After coming back from the brink of despair and getting through my own chaos, I realized that the outside is just a mirror of the inside. And if you only address the outside without doing anything about the inside, the clutter keeps coming back. That's why you can clear a surface, you can organize your closet, you can redo the garage, but in no time, the clutter keeps coming back. So that set me on a mission to empower people around the world to get free from clutter inside and out so they could experience happiness and abundance in every area of their lives. I used my experience to create a step-by-step process to help you get through the clutter without feeling overwhelmed and keep it from coming back. I actually wrote about it in a book that just came out in October called Freedom from Clutter, the guaranteed foolproof step-by-step process to remove the stuff that's weighing you down. You can actually grab the full-length PDF at freedomfromclutter.net just by putting your name and email address. And I'll put the link in the chat after, but you can get freedomfromclutter.net. You can grab the whole PDF of my book for free. Just put in your name and email address. But what I really want to talk to you guys about today is really being able to experience total clutter freedom, like the 3 Ps to total clutter freedom that I've come to realize. And before I go into what those are, just what I really feel like total clutter freedom is it's not about having everything organized and you've gotten through all your clutter and you have total clear space. But having freedom from clutter, that total freedom from clutter, is knowing that you can confidently get through any space without feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, so that you can consistently work on it and eventually get through it so that you can have everything have its place and everything in its place. So ultimately, total clutter freedom is being able to confidently clear any space without getting overwhelmed and frustrated and wanting to throw it all back. But the 3 Ps to total clutter freedom are presence, process, and practice. That's what I've really kind of narrowed it down to in working with the hundreds of clients that I've worked with over the last 8 years. I just celebrated 8 years in business in January, so that's pretty exciting. But to go into presence first, this is the most important one. If you get nothing else out of this talk today, what I share in presence is all you need to know. Doing that will absolutely change your life. So the truth of the matter is, the outside is really just a mirror of the inside, and all that stuff that's accumulated all around you and you've avoided looking at is really your unwillingness to look at what's going on out there. And because it's a mirror, it's just a mirror reflection of your unwillingness to really look inside yourself. And so the most important part about being able to have total clutter freedom is to be able to bring your presence to your life and your stuff. Ultimately, your presence is required. That's the only requirement. If you bring your presence to your life, everything else will take care of itself. So you do that by a practice I teach my clients called allowing the now. Now, I don't have time to go into all the details of these steps today, but at the end of what I'm sharing with you today, I'm going to provide an opportunity for you to dive a little deeper with me so you can learn more about these, because I can't really go into it all right now, but I can teach you more about the allowing the now practice and the step-by-step process and all that. But the most important part is the presence. It's doing the allowing the now practice, which is just simply turning your attention within for 5 minutes a day and just allowing yourself to be exactly as you are without any judgment. The second P in total clutter freedom is the process. It's the step-by-step process to get through all your stuff. I have a 7-step process that I've developed as a result of getting through my stuff. It's called the 7 steps to manage, overwhelm, and organize any space. It's available as a blueprint on my website. I can give you that link later too. But ultimately, it's just a simple step-by-step process that takes the stress and overwhelm out of getting organized. And I won't go into all the steps, but I'll list what they are for you. And it's ultimately, it's preparation, which is just preparing everything. Like with like, which is sorting everything into general categories. Fresh start, which is simply just cleaning things and getting some clear space before you move on. Decision time, which is actually making all those decisions, deciding what stays and what goes. Homeward bound, which is putting everything away. finishing the loose ends, which is getting rid of the donations, making sure those get out of the house and taking care of trash and recycle and the like. And then forming the habit. It's really just about doing things consistently. So that's the process to getting through your physical clutter. And then the practice is really, clutter accumulates every day. We can't stop it. We're constantly accumulating stuff. It's always coming in. We're buying stuff. We're accumulating stuff. Stuff comes in the mail. People give us stuff. It's just constant accumulation. So you need to always be purging, or ABP. That's what I like to call it. You got to be letting stuff go all the time. And so it just has to become part of your daily practice, 15 minutes a day, spending time going through your stuff, picking one small area to work on, like 1 square foot of space at a time, work on 1 square foot of space and spend 15 minutes a day, and then work on the same area until, like, you pick a room, pick a space, and continue with that room until you finish. And just do it every day. And you'll get into the habit. It'll just become part of your daily practice. And when you're done doing all the chores and all the things that you do in the day and you have nothing to do, you'll just find that you just wind up spontaneously decluttering stuff like I do, because that's what I do. I don't have anything else to do. I don't watch TV. I go purge a drawer or something because I just love going through my stuff. So the 3 Ps to total clutter freedom are presence, process, and practice. I'm going to be diving into these more in a 5-day challenge that I'm putting on March 1st through 5th. It runs an hour a day from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and it'll be through Zoom live, me interacting with you, going into these concepts, so you can really come out at the end of the week confidently feeling that you can clear this clutter in any space without getting frustrated and overwhelmed. It's $97 to join me on the challenge. You get access to all the replays. There is a Facebook group where you get to share your before and after photos in and have some great feedback with all the members in the group. It's $97. You can join me at freedomfromclutterchallenge.com. And with that, I'll turn it back to Erin.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel. Does anybody have any questions for Mel?
That was excellent. If only you could see what's currently in front of me right now.
I can see. I can see.
Say, Erin, I did a little bit of research and found out that people on an annual basis spend $38 billion for storage units. 38 billion. You got it.
That's a crazy number. Well, awesome job. And by the way, if you're doing any construction, Mel may also sidebar as a construction worker building half pipes. So if you're looking to get some skateboard action in your backyard, feel free to reach out to Mel. It's looking pretty good. All right. Well, thank you again, Lisa and Mel. Those were very informative. And I think, you could get your business and your marketing up and running and maintain a clean workplace with just those 2 referrals here. But now we're going to go into the referrals for the rest of the team. We, of course, have a little bit more time because it is a Zoom meeting, but we still want to be respectful. So try to keep it around 60 seconds. If you go a little long, I will flash my screen off and on so that you kind of know that's your gentle cue to wrap things up. But what we're going to do is you want to share your name, your company, and a great referral or any information that you feel is really pertinent for us to know. And of course, because there are some newcomers to this, I want to start with an expert. So Marv Law, why don't you go ahead and kick us off, show us how it's done.
All right, I'm Marv Law with HealthBridge Insurance Solutions, and we're bridge to healthcare and retirement. We specialize in Medicare, and healthcare expenses can be one of the most expensive parts of retirement. So we work with our clients and their advisors, financial advisors, CPAs, medical, all that, to make sure they're getting the best possible care at the most efficient financial efficiency. So we do annual reviews. We make sure they stay on track. There's so many options out there. They get buried with mail. There's 50 Medicare Advantage plans, 30 drug plans, over 100 Medicare supplements. So their heads start spinning along with timing issues and all of that, income issues. So we help them do that. So good referral for me. Right now, we're outside the annual enrollment, but we're helping a lot of people who are moving here. We're helping a lot of people who are turning 65. That's the one thing about COVID. Birthdays still happen. So if you know someone who is turning 65, that's a good referral for Marv Law and HealthBridge Insurance Solutions.
Perfect. Thank you, Marv. And next, Jo Beth Prudhomme.
Okay, unmuted. Hi, everybody. Well, if you haven't heard by now, I have just launched an app as of last week with my son, Nick Prudhomme, and it's called Spotlight VIP. So what you can do for me is take out your phone right now, go to the App Store, and type in Spotlight with a LITE VIP, and download the app, and that would be great. It's free for you to use. Our pilot program is here in the Greater Palm Springs area, and then we are expanding across the nation. So this will be the example for the rest of the country. The idea is if you're traveling or visiting anywhere, or just even going for a drive to Joshua Tree, you'll be able to see what all is going on in your 30-mile radius. It's like a geofence. So we're very excited to start here. The second thing I'd like to ask you is if you, have a business, or you have a business you'd like to refer to us, because we want this to be like the insider information of what's going on in the area. We're taking free listings now. They won't be free for long, because as soon as I have a lot of installs and viewers, we can start charging for advertising and for placement. But right now, you can take advantage of a free listing. And my content manager is my son, Nick. So his email is nick@spotlightvip.com. And just remember, the light is LITE. Or you can send it to me, and we'll upload it onto the app under our various categories that you'll see on there. And any events that you're going on, we're going to be doing ongoing spotlights and ongoing postings on our social media. Eventually, we'll be able to do push notifications to the people who have it uploaded. So it's just a great way to know what's going on now and have real-time information of where to go and what to do as we open here. So I'm happy to be a part of helping us get back in business. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Jo Beth. And John Sloan, you're up next.
Well, thanks. And again, good to see everybody. John Sloan with Keller Williams Luxury Homes. Most people know that the real estate market is going bonkers. There's low inventory, and there's a lot of buyers out there that are making multiple offers. Many of the properties are getting 3 to 6 offers at a time, and sometimes $20,000 to $50,000 over what a seller is asking for. This is an important time if you're a buyer, that you need somebody who can help negotiate on your behalf. But as a seller, you also want to make sure that you are going to be able to get the house sold and get an appraisal at the value that you sell it at. One of the things that I do offer is that anybody that refers business to me or does business with me, I give 10% of my commission to the charity of your choice. So if you know anybody out there that's looking for a good negotiator, I've helped over 400 families here in the desert and would love an opportunity to work with you or anybody that you know. Back to you, Erin.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to pass it over to Richard. You are up next. And I apologize. I just can't master that last name. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll do it for you. I've been doing it for a number of years. My name is Richard LaFerrier. I am with Edward Jones Financial Services, and we specialize in working with the individual long-term investor. A good referral for me could be somebody that's in business and is trying to figure out how they want to save for retirement and plan. We have great planning tools. We can put together a 401k, a SEP IRA, whatever fits your individual needs. So just sending me somebody that maybe it just doesn't know where to start, we can help get them started. Again, Richard LaFerrier, Edward Jones Financial Services.
Thank you, Richard LaFerrier. And next we're going to Lisa Napolitano. You get another 60 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, so maybe one thing to think about with all that I said before about what we do at SBDC is, again, for yourself, do an exploratory session, and it doesn't have to be with me. It can be with anybody in our network. We have 100 consultants, just to sort of noodle around about what you're doing and what you could be doing. But also your friends. I'm sure you all know a lot of people who are in business for themselves. And it would be great if you could tell your friends who are small business owners about SBDC and its resources, so that they're not missing out on the chance to have some free advice, some free tools, some free help. A couple of other things I didn't mention before: if you're looking to take on a partner, if you're looking to sell your business, if you're looking to buy a business, we're not lawyers and we're not accountants, but what we do is we do the consulting on the back end to help you prepare, to help you ask the right questions, to make sure you understand all of the things that it entails. I can say last year we helped a lot of people sell a business because they needed to extricate. And a couple people bought businesses last year because they got good prices and they were able to get into a business more cheaply than before COVID. So there's a whole range of things that we can be a thinking buddy or a sparring partner on ideas you have that you don't even want to tell anybody else about because you want to fully flesh them out. So those are just some other ways to use SBDC. And again, free is good.
Thank you, Lisa. Kathy, we'd love to hear about you and your business.
Great, thank you. I think the last time I was out, I'm Kathy Brown with CB Wealth Management Group. A couple months ago, I was representing Seroptimus, and I really enjoyed the experience and getting to know some of you. So it took me a few months to get back, but here I am, and I want to give a shout to Lisa. I used her services last year for the loan process, and I don't think it would have worked out without her. So I highly recommend her. Nice to finally get a face to go with the name. I also, like Richard, help individuals. I have been living in the desert since 1983. Started working in the financial planning business in 1985. I know I was probably about 10 when I started. But I really enjoy helping people in all walks of life. Like a lot of people in our business, many people have set minimums and things, and I don't. I will take people who are just getting started and can only put a little bit of money in every month. And I obviously have clients that are much more wealthy, but I find satisfaction in helping people figure out what they want to do in life and what they need to do with their money to get there. So, my ideal referral is somebody who is open to taking advice, to, sticking with things when things get difficult, like we've all seen, and, understanding that the market isn't about getting on Reddit and trying to find the next GameStop. So thanks everybody for letting me be here, and I enjoy hearing what everybody else is doing. And Mel, please don't look at my clutter.
Thank you, Kathy. Natalie Angersani, you are next.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm sorry, it's afternoon. Time's flying. Anyway, I'm Natalie Angersani. I'm with the American Business Women's Association Palm Desert chapter, and we are probably a great example of networking for this week, because our next program meeting next Tuesday night has a special guest speaker, Lisa Napolitano. So
you're all going to be sick of me. You're going to be so sick of me. You're not going to want to see me ever again.
No. We're all excited. And that's what Profit Connection Networking and our organization is about anyway. We share information. We help educate each other. We build our personal relationships, our professional relationships, and we grow as an organization. We also invite men to come and join our organization. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It gets a little overwhelming, I think, all the women in our group. However, men are invited. We also provide educational scholarships, and we do lots of program sharing. So I will, when we get our list from Pam, I will make sure you all get a flyer with the login information so you can get some more information and connect with us and hear more of what Lisa has to say. Have a great week, everybody. And don't forget, there's it's the nonprofit this afternoon, right, Pam? At 4:30? Okay, I'll be there.
Thank you, Natalie. Braxton, we'd love to hear about you and your business. I see the title there. I have a feeling you are busy.
Oh my gosh, it's unfortunate. It's a double-edged sword, right? Again, my name is Braxton Adams. I am the sales manager for COVID Clinic in all of our regions. We currently have 65 locations nationwide and 48 locations in California specifically. And as the title says, we offer COVID-19 testing. So our main mission is to really provide safe, accessible, and accurate testing for businesses and the public. So with Palm Springs specifically, we have 2 main locations near you guys. We have the one that is going to be at the airport, at Palm Springs Airport, and that's located in the parking lot. We also have the Westfield Mall location right off the 111, and that's across from the Barnes and Nobles. So mainly our way of testing style is a drive-through service. Now, when it comes to businesses, we do offer our voucher and our mobile appointment options. Mobile appointment, we come on site, we test your facility there for your employees, so it's convenient and easy. And then our voucher process is for those who want to prepay for vouchers for visits at our clinic. So you could buy 10 and distribute those when necessary, when testing is needed. And our main referral here is pretty much anybody. So anyone in the need of testing, we also offer antibody tests to check if you've had it in the past. And then we offer an array of testing available for travel, whatever it may be, we've got it here. So that's COVID Clinic.
Braxton, thank you. Out of curiosity, what is the turnaround time on your results if someone is looking to fly or travel?
Erin, I'm glad you asked. So you guys, we've got the most up-to-date equipment. We can do turnaround timeframes of rapid results in 60 minutes. And then for your RT-PCR test, which is for international travel and going outside of the country, we can get that in 2 hours. And then hopefully we just purchased a lab and we'll be providing free PCR tests to the public here in the next coming weeks. So we're going to be a big asset to helping hopefully curb the COVID-19 spread.
Braxton, so do you coordinate or work with some of the airlines on that?
Yeah, I actually work personally directly with airports. We're currently in Ontario. We're working out of LAX. We're going to be doing a deal with San Francisco, which we're in their parking lot. We're working on getting in Oregon, Seattle, Salt Lake City, Utah. It's been an adventure for sure. Again, double-edged sword. I don't want to sell COVID tests, but if you need it, I'm here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. Another 60 seconds for you.
I'm up again, eh? Well, I'm still Mel, still the clutter expert. And if you're interested in jumping on my challenge, it's freedomfromclutter.net. A good referral for me, though, is really someone who's tired of paying a professional organizer to come in the house and help them organize their stuff, only to have the clutter keep coming back. If you want it to be gone for good, book a time to speak with me.
Thank you. Robert Valenzuela, tell us about you and your business.
Hello, everybody. Robert Valenzuela. I'm with Edward Jones, and so we do investments, we do retirement planning, we do strategies. So a good referral for me would be anybody who has a question, who is interested about the market, interested about their goals, and making sure that they're ready for that big R at the end of the work life, right? With that big retirement point, making sure you have enough, you're making the good choices now to get you where you want to go. So Robert Valenzuela, Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing.
Thank you so much. Debbie Fraser, always great to see you. Tell us about your businesses.
Well, thank you. I will start with, first of all, saying thank you to both Mel and Lisa. Really appreciate what you offer every time you speak. I've tried to take as many notes as I can from the two of you, so thank you. Again, my name is Debbie Fraser. I serve as the Chief Operating Officer for the Law Office of Karen J. Sloat. As many of you probably participated on the Tuesday breakfast call, you had an opportunity to hear Karen talking about how does COVID impact the work environment. So we are preparing COVID protection programs for everyone, COVID prevention programs that are required from the new laws that have been implemented. So if that's something that we can assist you with, we're more than willing and able to provide that for you. The other thing that I want to let you know is that as a non-lawyer working in a law firm, I feel like we are really the silent partner for employers because we do really want to come alongside of businesses, help them to stay compliant, help them to reduce their liability. So we really want to help you on the front end so that you don't face any litigation or situations that put your business in a compromising position. So again, if there's anything that we can do to serve you, we'd be honored to do that. Debbie Fraser, Chief Operating Officer for the Law Office of Karen J. Sloat. That's hat number one. Hat number two is Mary Kay Cosmetics. And as many of you know, I love these products. I've used them for well over 40 years. And we have just launched a brand new product called Clinical Solutions, and it is pure retinol. And it's these are fabulous products. And if that's something of interest to you, it's for both men and women. I have my husband using these products because I go, you are my test case, my live person here. So, but if you're wanting skin that's going to look younger, smoother, start to reduce those fine lines, I would be pleased to offer that to you. It retails for $120, but as I mentioned 2 weeks ago, I'm extending this all the way through February. And for anyone who wants to launch this, it's $100 for you. So please just let me know because I do have the list. I know if you've been on this Profit Connection lunch opportunity. So I would be happy to deliver that and give you the instructions because there is an 8-week, what's called a retinization process. It's important that you follow that. So I'll walk you through those steps. Also, I wanted to let you know that I'm doing something special for our nurses in our community. And it is this energizing foot and leg treatment with socks that they can put on. And I am delivering these, partnering with anyone that's here that would like to do that. They're $12 each. That's all inclusive. And I wanted to say thank you to both Marv Law, who purchased quite a few of those, and my contact from Eisenhower at the Lucy Kersey wing of that hospital picked up quite a few of them already to deliver. So thank you so much, Marv. And Dom Bruckman did the same. And so some of those went to Desert Regional, but I'm really trying to come alongside of these people. One of the people who actually received one, she has stage 4 cancer and she's still working because of the impact that their work has on all of us. So thank you for your partnership. It really means a lot.
Thank you so much, Debbie. I am Erin Sullivan Moore with Robert Half. I specialize in accounting and finance. Some of you may or may not know that I am actually here in the Coachella Valley, the only local recruiter that specifically specializes in direct hire placement of finance and accounting. I do partner with other agencies and we do have temporary and temporary to hire divisions, and other companies do direct hire as well. But I am the only recruiter here in the desert that just focuses in finance and accounting, and then that dribbles down into payroll and human resources. So if you know of any companies who are looking to hire, or anyone that is currently working in a finance and accounting role, but maybe, having a long commute, no room for growth in their company, looking for a different industry, those are great referrals to me. The best way you can help me with referrals these days is I haven't got brave enough to do videos on my LinkedIn or my Facebook, but you will see that pretty much on a daily basis, I am posting about opportunities. I am focused here in the Coachella Valley, but do also work with clients throughout the Inland Empire. So join me on LinkedIn, join my Facebook. Not only will you get daily information about hiring trends and recruiting, what's hot in the market, what the BLS numbers are, but I'd greatly appreciate if when you see those postings about what I'm hiring for these days, share those with anyone and everyone. The unemployment in the Inland Empire and Coachella Valley just came out. Overall, it's 7.8%. I bet you didn't know that for accounting specialty, it's under 2%. That means if it's an accounting professional, they are working right now. So if your company's looking to hire, I partner with those working specialists that are looking to make a move and can find you that placement confidentially with candidates that won't be out on the job board. So greatly appreciate those referrals and sharing my LinkedIn and Facebook. Again, Erin Sullivan Moore with Robert Half, staffing and accounting. And then I'm going to turn it over to our ever favorite Deborah Glickman, our great representative from the city of Palm Desert. And I want to start by thanking you for dropping off some PPE supplies to my husband and his counterparts business next door. They are busy and really use those. And also Pam, I know she was able to help me with some PPE supplies as well. But Deborah, what is the city got going on these days?
All sorts of things. Thank you for the very nice introduction, Erin. Erin and I were chatting, I'm a little tired of hearing myself speak, so I apologize to anyone who has to keep hearing me speak. But there is a city council meeting tonight at this afternoon, I guess, at 4 o'clock. I'll put a link for that in the chat box. City council meetings are still all via Zoom, and I think an excellent opportunity for people who can't leave work necessarily to get to a council meeting when we're back to our normal schedule, to be able to see how the council works. I think it's always a little different than we think until we watch it. So that's at 4 o'clock via Zoom, and there is an opportunity for public speaking, and that's explained on the website where where you get the Zoom link. Also, we do have, as Erin mentioned, the city has PPE available. We have face masks, face shields, and hand sanitizers that have been put into bags and we've been hand delivering to businesses. We're actually down to our final quantities of those, but have no fear. CVEP has given us another donation. So we have another thousands and tens and hundreds of thousands of face masks. We actually have about 120,000 face masks in box of 50, as well as I don't even know how many hand sanitizers. We have 350 cases, 24 each, of hand sanitizer coming in. So we will start the process again. But if you are a Palm Desert business and you do want some PPE right now, I'm going to be doing some deliveries tomorrow. So feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat box, or reach out at any point. And when we get the second round up and running, I can get you that then. What else do we have going on? There's lots of stuff. We have a loan program for our restaurants that we're in the process of, it's closed, but we're in the process of sending checks out. So if anyone is a restaurant, I don't see that on this call, but if you do know someone who has a restaurant and is waiting, we are in process if they've gotten all of their items in. Yes, I will get some to Karen Slope. And beyond that, we're just always available here at the city. You'll give you my information if you don't have it already, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And oftentimes my answer to your question will be, I'm sending you to Lisa. So she is a very big staple in my regular work life. So I can't thank her enough for all she's done. And that's all. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you so much, Deborah. And Pam, would you like to reintroduce yourself and just if you want to retouch on anything else that's going on at the chamber?
Thank you, Erin. I'm Pam Scannell, CEO at the Palm Desert Area Chamber of Commerce. And I think I kind of covered a lot of what we've got going on. Please remember, although our doors are locked, I am here. So if you'd like to pick up any PPE supplies, please just shoot me an email, give me a call, and we will try to make sure that we get that connected for you. So have a look at pdacc.org, check out our events calendar, and look at all the wonderful things that are going on. If you yourself as a business or an entity have something going on, members are welcome to add events to our calendar so that everybody can see what's going on in a snapshot. So please make use of that. If you do not have your members ID and login, please contact me. I'd be happy to get that set up for you. And don't forget to look out for the copy of this recording and the chat box information as well. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We're going to turn it over to referrals. If anyone here in this room wants to tell us about a referral that you did, raise your hand or chime in. I see John Sloan, so he's going to start. And then Deborah, you are on deck, followed by Debbie Frazier.
Deborah Frazier gave me a referral of actually someone that used to work or used to be here at the chamber. And I listed the house in Sun City, and it is now currently in escrow. And I told Deb that I would write a check to her favorite charity when we close escrow, probably the first week of March. And I just want to say thank you, Deb, for that. And I hope that your favorite charity relishes the check that you're going to get sometime the first week of March.
Thank you so much, John, for your generosity. Appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Deborah Glickman.
Well, on my non-work side, my real life side, I have worked with Kathy for about 15 plus years, and she's done quite well for me. So if you do have financial questions, I have some good personal experience in that area. And as I've said before, we worked with Mel, and I don't think we could have moved our house without her. So we're still waiting. We're waiting for COVID to get to lift so we can bring her back and use the hours we still have, because it's been a big difference in the house. So those are two great referrals I already gave you, Lisa. She's a good one too. Thanks.
Thank you. And Debbie Fraser.
Well, I wanted to just, two of mine were, wanted to say thank you to John. It's great to be able to refer people to those that you love and trust and know that will provide great service. So John, thank you for taking care of Karen. Also, I wanted to say thank you to Marv. He is taking care of two people with their transition into Medicare. That's myself and my husband. Oh my gosh, it's like, scary.
Amazing you can get in there at 45. Age
I
45 is
know. That's
amazing.
just Mary Kay, you know. Yeah. But anyway, just want to say thank you to Marv. He's already sent us the questionnaires and all those types of things to really help us to be informed and make wise decisions. Because as he's mentioned, it's a pretty overwhelming task. So thank you. And again, thanks to Deborah Glickman and Pam for providing so many resources for businesses. We appreciate you.
Awesome. Awesome. Anyone else have a referral? All right. Well, thank you all for joining. I do challenge everyone on this call, find another member of the chamber and invite them to this call. Hopefully, Kathy and Braxton, you can both attest that our goal is to make everyone feel welcome. And you can see clearly we feel comfortable with each other because we're on these calls a lot, but it's also because we've done business together. And so our goal is to make and help any new member also be able to feel welcome on these calls. So as a visitor to the Profit Luncheon, all of us, I challenge everyone to invite another member to our next Profit Luncheon, which will be in 2 weeks. And again, we have Mike Renner with WAC Solutions and Kelly Cox with CGC and Mirage Accountants. So going to be some great information about accounting and bookkeeping in general. Invite a friend, welcome them in. We'd love to have you. Pam will be reaching out with the virtual Rolodex. And thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great day. And I hope everyone gets to attend the nonprofit mixer tonight. Thank you. Oh, Debbie.
I just wanted to say thanks to John. He just chatted, private messaged me, and he's going to be participating in this gift for nurses. So thank you so much, John. Really appreciate that as well.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a good afternoon.
Everybody. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see
Bye,
you.
everyone. Good to see you.